Here we go. Last ball game of the season's currently sitting at the top of the relegation group, but with only 3 points separating first and third. Even one bad result can see us be relegated, but one good result could see some daylight between us and the relegation spot. Let's see how we get on. The first match is LS Sairu, which a keen eye would notice were the team which were 3 points behind us, currently sitting in third in the table. So this game being a real 6-pointer, a result in either way could swing the group dramatically, and we go into it with a nervous heart and hopeful expectations. Our seemingly constant inability to deal with clearances from corners shows again here, with the ball going out just far enough for them to get a decent ball into the corner taker, who goes back inside and scores a goal. We are 1-0 down in this fight. Minutes later, and just seconds before the half-time whistle was about to blow, a lack of concentration and a bad attempt at an offside trap let them clean through to score their second of the game and giving us a mountain to climb in the second half. Here are half-time stats. We are in the position we deserve to be in. We have not been good enough today, and we can only hope we can turn it around and have a positive performance in the second half. We have been slightly better in the second half without conceding and getting a slight glimmer of hope in the 80th minute with a goal of our own, making it 2-1 with 10 minutes left to play. We just couldn't do enough on the day to get something out of this game, so with a 2-1 loss, we do slip back down to third in a relegation group, with Marco also winning their game today, meaning we have it all to play for in the last 3 games and we'll need some results to also go in our favour. This game sees us go away to Chania, with this game seeing Chania mathematically relegated if they lose to us today. So we are not by all means, any means, expecting an easy game. And that is what we ended up seeing in the first half of this game, with no team really willing to put themselves out there at risk of making any mistake, which will either doom them to relegation or give us an even harder job to keep up with the rest of the pack. 10 minutes into the second half, it wasn't a piece of absolute brilliance. It wasn't some sort of worldy goal that broke the deadline, but it was a mistake in defence. A lapse of judgment saw Chania make a foul in the box, giving Sam the opportunity to do what he's been doing best for the last 7 or 8 games and slot home a penalty calmly as we go 1-0 up and are finally in the driving seat. 20 minutes later, we can assume that Chania did everything they could to try and force an equaliser to get something out of this game to avoid the automatic drop, but it seems it left them lacking at the back with some easy passing and one of the easy goals we scored this season, putting us 2-0 in the good. So, a 2-0 win for us. We did our job, but also so did Marco and Elas, meaning no change in the table for us. Still the same job to do going forward, and teams below us automatically relegated, meaning the top 2 spots will be even more fiercely competed for. Even more so, given our next game is at home to group leaders Marco. A win here will see us leapfrog Marco and go either second or first in the table, depending on the LS result. So this game is probably the most important game we've had in the whole season, and we're going into it with our heads held high for about 5 minutes, when our failure to clear a ball from a corner again led to an absolute screamer from outside the box, putting us 1-0 down early on and everything to do. But the fight was still there. With 22 minutes on the clock, we got a corner of our own, which we scored properly without the need for bad defending to make it 1-1 on the day, and again, everything to play for. And would you believe it, from another corner, just 10 minutes later, a push in the back of our player gives us another penalty. Already tallying up the next 3 points with Mr. Reliable walking up to a spot to take his maybe 8th in a row, and he missed. 1-1 at the half after the scoring of maybe 8-9 inconsequential penalties in a row, and our boy Sam missing the most important penalty he will probably ever have to take in his career. We're still up for it in the second half. Turns out nobody was up for it in the second half, with both teams defending well and settling for a 1-1 draw. Marco's job is done. Luckily, elsewhere, LS Sairu also drew, putting us level on points going into the last game of the season. Away at Panathinaikos. Panathinaikos, bottom of the group, already relegated. Us level on points with LS Sairu. Goal difference in this group does not matter. We need to get at least 1 point from this game. If we win, we need LS to either draw or lose. If we draw, we need LS to lose. These are the stakes of this match. Everything is out of our hands. We can only do so much. So let's get ready for a dramatic climax to this horrible, horrible season. 17 minutes in, a beautifully precise low ball and an easy goal puts us 1-0 up. And with LS still drawing, as it stands, we are safe. Just before half-time, maybe our players are getting a bit nervy as nobody picked up this runner and Diakite puts the ball into his own net to make it 1-1 and back down to third place. At half-time, we're at 1-1. LS and Igaleo are at 0-0. So if it stays this way, we will be relegated. LS will be safe and our job will not be done here. 45 minutes to decide the whole season. 6 minutes into said 45 minutes, somehow, some way, we end up with yet another penalty. Maybe like, what, 9, 10 games in a row? A chance for Sam to redeem himself, and he does this time. 2-1, and as it stands, safe again. But not for long. As in the first half, our defending turned into nothing as we let this guy just run through the whole team, put in a low cross to make it 2-2, and again relegated. With 20 minutes left to go of the whole season, we look down to our bottom right and realise Igaleo have actually taken a lead against LS. As it stands, we are safe. And with 8 minutes to go, we do what so many teams have done to us before, picking up a badly cleared ball from a corner, putting it back in and scoring to make it 3-2. And I'll let the live footage tell the rest of the story that ended this season. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. What a goal, but... No, 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 no. Now we need Igaleo to hold on for injury time. Why have you done that? Don't concede off that. Keeper. No. Nelson. Oh my god. 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 They nearly conceded in 92nd, instantly kicked the ball out for a throw-in, and were so lucky that guy could net the target. That should have been 4-3. But LS did lose. So the 1 point should put us in second. And job done. But who knows? I'm not going to confirm it until I see it. Leopoli avoid relegation on the final day. By 1 point. Boy, could they make it any more nerve-wracking if they tried? Well, that was the story of the final day of the season. Very dramatic ending, but eventually we did get over the line. We did our one board request from this season. We avoided relegation. But with the team not signing new contracts, zero finance, no prospects, and no chance of getting a coaching badge here, we will be moving on at the end of our contract. So look forward to the next video where we'll be finding a new job and seeing who and where we end up. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.